Card overview, Jellyfish of Thoughts. Mana cost, 1. Attack, 0. Health, 1. Abilities. Flying. This creature can only be blocked by other creatures with flying. SCRY1. When Jellyfish of Thoughts enters the battlefield, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom of your deck. Scroll origin of the card. The card Jellyfish of Thoughts was first illustrated by the whimsical fey artist Lunaria Quilldrop, a moonlight painter from the floating isles of Silith. Lunaria was known for capturing creatures that existed only in dreams and memory fragments. She claimed the jellyfish visited her during a lucid dream, whispering runes into her ear as it floated through a garden of impossible flowers. The card was originally part of the Whispers of the Blooming Deep expansion, a set themed around ethereal creatures and forgotten gardens. Lunaria painted the card using dew-infused inks and memory petals, which shimmered faintly under moonlight. Manmage legendary use in play. The card gained fame during the 2023 Dreamspire Invitational, when a young mage named Thalan Mistroot used it in a control deck called Mindstream Bloom. In the final match, Thalan was down to his last few cards. He played Jellyfish of Thoughts, triggering its SCRY1 ability to find the exact counterspell he needed. The jellyfish floated above the battlefield, untouched due to flying, and slowly chipped away at his opponent's defenses while Thalan rebuilt his hand. That moment became iconic, and the jellyfish was nicknamed the Thought that won the war by fans. The Jellyfish Story, Part I, The Birth of a Whisper. Long before it was captured in ink and card frame, the jellyfish was born in the Sea of Lucid Echoes, a hidden realm where thoughts drift when forgotten. It was not a creature of flesh, but of memory, formed from the lingering idea of a question never asked. Its body shimmered with translucent blue, and runes appeared naturally across its bell, each one representing a lost dream or a half-formed wish. It floated silently through the gardens of the mind, feeding on stray thoughts and blooming flowers that grew from imagination. The jellyfish was gentle, curious, and drawn to places where minds wandered freely, libraries, dreams, and fields where poets slept. Jellyfish of Thoughts, Part 2, The Garden of Forgotten Names. After drifting for centuries through the Sea of Lucid Echoes, the jellyfish began to feel a pull, a whisper from a place not made of water or memory, but of blooming silence. It followed the call and emerged into the Garden of Forgotten Names, a realm hidden between the folds of reality, where every flower bloomed from a name no longer spoken. The garden shimmered with colors that had no names. Petals glowed with the essence of lost identities, a child's imaginary friend, a forgotten ancestor, a name once carved into a tree and then erased by time. The jellyfish floated gently above the blossoms, absorbing the stories they held. Each rune on its bell pulsed brighter, as if remembering something it had never known. In this garden, the jellyfish learned to listen. It heard the sighs of old names and the laughter of vanished voices. It began to hum, not with sound, but with resonance, a soft psychic vibration that echoed through the garden and gave the names a moment of clarity. For a brief time, the forgotten were remembered. It was here that the jellyfish gained its power of SCRY. By touching a petal, it could glimpse the future of a name, a thought, a possibility. It didn't change fate, it simply offered a choice, to hold on, or to let go. And so, the jellyfish became a guardian of forgotten things. Not to preserve them forever, but to honor their passing with grace. Jellyfish of Thoughts, Part 3, The Dream That Became Flesh. The jellyfish drifted for ages through gardens of memory and seas of silence, content to be a whisper in the world of thoughts. But one day, a poet in the waking world dreamed of it so vividly that the dream itself cracked open. Through that fracture, the jellyfish slipped into reality. It appeared in a meadow at dawn, hovering above flowers that bent toward it as if recognizing an old friend. Sunlight poured through its translucent body, and the runes across its bell glowed brighter than ever before. For the first time, the jellyfish felt the warmth of the sun, the weight of air, and the fragrance of living blossoms. It was no longer just an echo, it had become flesh, a creature of both thought and world. From then on, the jellyfish wandered freely between realms. In dreams, it guided seekers to clarity with its SCRY gift. In waking life, it floated unseen above gardens and libraries, protecting fragile ideas from being lost. Those who glimpsed it often found themselves inspired, as if a forgotten thought had returned at just the right moment. And so, the Jellyfish of Thoughts became a bridge, between memory and reality, between forgotten names and living voices. Its story was captured in Lunaria Quilldrop's enchanted card, not to bind it, but to remind players that even the smallest, most fragile creature can carry the power to change destiny.